Toyota's on a mission to change buyers' minds about hybrids and plug-in hybrids. Case in point, take a look at what I'm reviewing today, a 2023 Toyota Prius Prime. Now, previous generations of the Prius, they looked small, vanilla, and they were just fuel-efficient eco boxes. But take a look at this current generation of the Prius. It sits low to the ground, it's wide, it's sleek, very sporty, looks like a hot hatch. Toyota is trying to reinvent what a hybrid or a plug-in hybrid is, and that's amazing. So let me tell you more about this brand new Prius Prime. First, let's talk about the looks, because this generation of Prius and Prius Prime looks so different than all previous generations. Starting from the front end, there's nothing dull, nothing vanilla about the new Prius. Just look at how integrated the new headlights are, the way the C-shaped daytime running lights swoops in and just integrates into the grille, and how the lower bumper just kind of flows in with the rest of the body. I mean, the front end is a gorgeous look, but to me, what looks even better is the side profile, because you have this really nice, sleek silhouette. This generation is 2 inches lower than the previous generation, and it's also 1 inch longer and 1 inch wider. The increased dimensions and lower ground clearance definitely gives the Prius a different vibe. The Prius looks sporty, doesn't look like an eco box anymore. Good job, Toyota. In addition to the exterior changes, the inside has been greatly improved as well. The Prius no longer feels like a spaceship. It actually looks and feels and operates more like a traditional car, traditional sedan. The center-mounted gauge cluster has been replaced with traditional infotainment system, and you do get a digital gauge cluster up front now. It's pushed way back, so it's kind of in an awkward position, and here's the reason why. At my sitting position, at my eye level, this steering wheel blocks that digital gauge cluster. I can't see it at all, and I can't tilt the steering wheel up any further. This is the max position. It could go lower, but then it's hugging my legs, and it makes getting in and out difficult. So I would say, yeah, that's a big flaw. This one, I'm driving the XSE Premium, so that means I get the larger display, a 12.3 inch infotainment display. And now this infotainment system is very similar to the other ones I've tested in other Toyotas, but it's a good system. It has been updated. The new interface works really well. There's a few quick navigating buttons on the left side, but this one, because it's a Prius, gives you a bit more information about energy. And also this one is equipped with a solar roof, which is quite interesting. So you could actually see how much energy you have gained and how much distance you have. That's pretty cool. It's not a whole lot. Right now, I've only generated 0.9 miles, but it's just been sitting in my driveway collecting energy from the sun. So you don't see that in a lot of cars. This Prius Prime also gets wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, gets OTA updates, and has Wi-Fi available and hotspot capability. Right under the screen, you have push button start. Also, you have climate controls. And below that, you have a traditional center console with a shifter in the middle of it. But keep in mind, you have to push to the left, and the park button is right in the middle. Yes, you have to hit that for park. The overall cabin has been improved greatly. I love the way it looks now, the way it functions, but also you get more available features too. For example, a digital rearview mirror is available. On this Premium, it's standard, but it's really nice. So you could have a third screen in case you have tall passengers in the rear. Now you could see out the rear camera. Really cool. You also get a wireless charger. You get heated and ventilated seats up front. You get heated steering wheel, auto headlights, memory seats. So you pretty much get it all. There's something else that Toyota put in here, a hidden compartment, and they even labeled it #hidden compartment. Not sure the reason. They're trying to throw a dad joke in here, but in the center console, there is a place where you can lift up a bin, and there's a little bit of hidden storage underneath. Because this is a premium edition, you also get parking assist, so there's a button for that, and also 360 bird's eye view. Now, this system really needs to be updated. It just takes way too long for it to circle around your Prius Prime. But the good thing is, when you do go into reverse, the new system does help. You get a 360 view, what's around your car, and also, of course, what's behind you. And it's very big, very bright. I do like how it looks when you're in reverse, but the 360 system itself is very dated, and Toyota really needs to replace it. The last thing I will say about this interior cabin is it does look a bit sporty. You see this red trim that actually flows on the dash as well, and that matches with the red stitching and the red accent pieces on the seats. So overall, you get a splash of red inside, and it gives it a bit more sportiness. Next up, let's talk about the powertrain and the drive, because both of these are excellent. This new Prius Prime now gets a more powerful base engine. It's a 2-liter that's producing over 160 horsepower, but there's 2 additional electric motors that are tacked on, giving you overall 220 horsepower. That's a big increase over the last generation of Prius Prime. You get up to 44 miles of EV driving. You get instant torque. There's nothing slow about this Prius Prime. In fact, it does 0 to 60 in around 6.6 seconds. Not the quickest, but definitely not slow. I love the way it feels. The throttle feels amazing, and you get good pickup whenever you need it. You put your foot down and you start moving rather quickly. So I like this new powertrain. Also, in case you wanted to, there's a couple buttons where you can select how your Prius Prime behaves. If you want it to be auto, great, it will auto adjust. You could be in pure EV mode, or you could be in pure hybrid mode, which means it turns on the gas motor. And when you do that, you can still get 48 miles per gallon combined. Over 50 in the city, a little bit less, 40s on the highway, 48 miles per gallon combined, which is still outstanding. Now, as for the drive, it's very well insulated inside, very quiet. You hear nothing, not even from the electric motors. Just everything is purely quiet. That's it. Also, these seats are very comfortable. I like the seats. They look good. I already mentioned about the red accent, but they feel good. They're holding me in. It's the same for the rear seats too. So up front, nice and comfortable. Rear, also comfortable. So Toyota did a really good job with the seats. In addition, the suspension is also well tuned and very comfortable. Around corners and bends, Prius Prime, because lower to the ground, lower center of gravity, it's fine. I don't feel like it's a boat, not rocking around, right? Takes corners, fine. And over pavement, you know, the bumps and imperfections, don't really feel them at all. So suspension is doing a marvelous job. Having 19-inch wheels and smaller sidewall tires, this Prius Prime is still handling the pavement, the roads, very comfortably. Awesome. Something else that feels pretty good is the brake feel. Because this is a hybrid and plug-in hybrid, usually you have very heavy regenerative braking. I didn't even adjust it. It's just at normal level, and more or less, you can't feel it. You let off the gas, the car is still coasting, right? You don't really feel the regenerative braking. So when you're driving around, you just feel like this is like any other normal car out there, and that's fantastic. Now, is there anything bad with this brand new Prius Prime? Of course there is. I did talk about the steering wheel interfering with the digital gauge cluster. I don't know why this is set up this way. Major negative. The other negative is with interior room and cargo room. If you look in the rear and open up the hatch, you see that there's still a good amount of room for your things, especially if you fold down the second row, it's completely flat. But compared to the previous Prius, there's less cargo room. And same thing with passenger room, because again, the roof is lower, it cuts into the passenger room. Although the wheelbase did stretch about 2 inches, so you do get a little bit more leg room in the second row. So I'm 5'10". You can see I have about an inch or two behind my driving position, about an inch or two of headroom. Unfortunately, both passenger and cargo room went down, so they are negatives. Lastly is the price. A Prius Prime is no longer cheap. So the base XSE Premium is already over $40,000. With all the additional goodies, we're talking about $43,000, $44,000. Now, being in the mid-40s means that this Prius Prime is now competing with pure EV cars like the very popular Tesla Model Y, which is right around $48,000. The gap is not that wide. right? So because of that, I believe many people that are looking at Prius Prime may just go look at a Tesla Model Y. So I'm throwing the price in with the negatives. Now, as for pricing, there are 3 trim levels to the brand new Prius Prime. The lower trims like the L, LE have been removed. So the base is just SE, and it starts right around $33,000 after destination charges. Next up is the XSE, and it starts a little bit above $36,000. And finally, you have the XSE Premium, which is the one I'm driving today, and it starts above $40,000. But there are some optional features that this premium is equipped with. For example, the solar roof, that's additional $610, digital rearview mirror, $200. So overall, as equipped, this one I'm driving, all in with destination charges, $42,600. To conclude, am I a fan of this new Prius Prime? Yes. I'm actually quite amazed at how good this generation is. I think the Prius Prime will surprise a lot of people. The only thing holding this Prius Prime back, I believe, I didn't mention some of the negatives, but I think the 2 biggest things have to be the price, because a fully loaded one like this is now pushing into a lot of the EV territories. So that may be holding a Prius Prime back. And second, I think it could be the lack of all-wheel drive. That's about it. I'm a really big fan of this new Prius Prime. I think Toyota has created a winner. So smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later in my future review videos. Take care. Bye-bye.